Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Now, as you're aware from the last podcast, I didn't get to go to Hooverville, which means I didn't get to meet Colin Baker, and lots of other people, yes, I'll grant you that. But what Big Finish have released is a wonderful CD called This Is Colin Baker. Now, just like Tom Baker at 80, This Is Colin Baker is just Nick Briggs sitting down in a room having a chat. Now, Nick Briggs has interviewed and known these people for years. He knows which questions to ask, he knows which roads to walk down, and he also knows, and this is the most important thing that any interviewer can ever have, he knows when to shut up and let the guests speak. He gives them the odd nudge in the right direction, and you know what? It just works. Tom's interview was wonderful because it covered his whole life and it covered the times that were mentioned in the biography, but he also wasn't exactly apologetic, but he was more lucid when it comes to the stories. Nick managed to keep him on track, and with Colin you don't need to keep him on track half as much as you do Tom. Colin's got an interesting life. Yes, he didn't try and become, a priest, but he was pushed towards being, a solicitor. Now, I know there's been a lot of hoo-ha about Colin and people saying favourites and not favourites and interviews in Doctor Who magazine, and you know what? I just don't care. The Sixth Doctor is brilliant. I was wrong at the time. I was a child. And Colin is brilliant. I will be reviewing the last story probably in the next week or so, but that's not what this is about. This is about This Is Colin Baker, and it's out now. So if ever you've liked Colin and you've always wanted to meet him or go to a convention and you never get the chance, especially some of you American listeners, then buy this. This is better than any convention chat. This is better than any sitting around in a large auditorium with people coughing. This is a one-on-one, in-depth, nicely thought out interview. Yes, there's a couple of things not mentioned, but they're the things that you don't mention in, polite company. Just out of sheer humanity. No, this is brilliant. So if ever you've been interested in this actor, if ever you've liked the Sixth Doctor, even for one story, then buy this. It'll give you a whole new light. It'll shed some light on the whole era, as well as being, a bit illuminating on the man himself. This guy could be bitter, he could be twisted, and he's just not. He even talks about I'm a celebrity, and there's not a lot of people who talk about that. So, buy this by all means, and make up your own mind. So until next time, be seeing you.
You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast, available on RSS, iTunes, Stitcher, Audiobook and Tumblr. Doctor Who and its associated works are copyright of the BBC. No infringement is intended. You can contact the show, donate, buy merchandise, or find out more about my other projects by visiting the Tin Dog Podcast homepage and clicking on the links. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.